And as I mentioned, when you talk history about this place, and Rita Meeks, the owner, knows we'd have to bring in a nice guy by the name of Jim Wilsbacher. Jim, take us back. You went to church here, right? And you made your first Holy Communion. How long ago was that?
Oh, it's almost 70 years ago now. So I think I made my first communion in 1953.
Wow. So, and how long was it a church?
It was a church for almost 100 years, and then they relocated to Frame Road in 1958.
Now, speaking of the church, there is still there's a definite feel or a look from those church days, right, Rita?
Yes.
What? Tell us. You came here as a little girl, but it wasn't a church then. It was what?
It was the Newburgh Country Store then.
Wow.
Yes.
Were you impressed? Were you was it a place where you'd come in and, I mean,
it was.
Hundreds of thousands have come here, right, over the last 50 years?
Yes, it was a highlight of my year, really. My mom would bring me usually about once a year. And when when the flowers would come into view, I knew we were getting close to the country store because they always had the annuals out front in the springtime on the wagon, and it was so neat to see. And then I would come in and I would go up the steps, and the handrail would be a little shaky. And so it was a little scary to me as being a grade schooler, but it was an adventure to me, and I just loved it.
And I bet memories were made for thousands of you who are in the Newburgh area or even not from the area. Speaking of the building, again, a lot of the old church, you mentioned something about the floor. There's still an upstairs. We'll show you also. There's an upstairs to the new Newburgh Mercantile. There's still that feel or that look from the old church building, right? Mm-hmm. And the country store.
Mm-hmm. And well, Jim could probably tell you that he probably remembers the choir.
The choir loft, yeah.
Yeah. The choir loft was up here, and then you can still see spots in the brick where the stained glass windows were. So it's just a rich history that you feel when you come in here.
And as a Newburgh resident, as a senior resident, not an old resident, but the young people still connected with the country store, didn't they?
Oh, yes. It was a really popular place with penny candy when candy was still a penny.
Right. What do you think made it so unique? And the owners must have been pretty good people.
They were, and they had remodeled it in a way that made it attractive as just a place to stop in Newburgh and visit.
And again, Rita, you want to maintain some of that history, don't you? How so?
Well, we have a room or like a large closet. I think it was way back when, but it has the exposed brick in there. But we're going to have like a history room in there, and we want to put some pictures from the old country store, maybe some old pictures of Newburgh and that kind of thing. But we also want people to feel free to share their memories and the things that they know in that room with, so other people can also share with them. And then on our website, we want to have a link where they can also share their memories there too.
Talking to Rita Meeks, she's the owner, and also our thanks to Newburgh resident Jim Wilsbacher. Jim, we're glad you're able to enjoy the new Newburgh Mercantile. When we come back, we talk about merchandise. It's all kinds of wonderful stuff. We'll show you that. But again, these messages, we're coming right back.